A local healthcare system faces a massive staffing shortfall, even as COVID cases continue to climb. The intentional delays it's implementing while working to fill open positions.
As the evacuation of Afghanistan continues, a former interpreter now living in San Diego shares his fears his family may be targeted because he helped the U.S. military.
And travel restrictions across the U.S.-Mexico border, they are extended yet again. The ongoing strain for businesses in the South Bay.
ABC 10 News at 6 starts now.
A significant staffing shortage is forcing Scripps Health to delay certain procedures. This as COVID-19 cases continue to climb and hospital staff become overwhelmed. Good evening. I'm Kimberly Hunt.
And I'm Steve Atkinson. Our ABC 10 News reporter Mimi Alcala spoke with Scripps Health's president and CEO. She joins us live with why the decision to put off non-urgent procedures was made now. Mimi.
Hi, Steve and Kim. He says Scripps Health is taking this proactive approach, delaying some of those procedures that aren't emergencies and needed right now in an effort to help out the staff they do still have during this shortage.
There have been a lot of healthcare workers that have gone through 3 major surges already, and they're just tired.
Healthcare workers are dealing with yet another surge in COVID-19 cases and hospitalizations, causing burnout and fatigue for many.
You know, we've had people literally at the end of their shift say, I'm done. I'm not coming back anymore.
Chris Van Gorder, president and CEO of Scripps Health, says the number of COVID-19 patients at Scripps 5 hospitals continues to grow since the state fully reopened.
We had 13 inpatients, 13 COVID inpatients on June 15th. That's when we ended the restrictions. And here we are today with 174 and growing.
In addition to the COVID-19 cases, they're also seeing more patients needing care that was delayed during the pandemic. And now the hospitals are dealing with significant staffing shortages. Right now, Scripps is looking to fill 1,309 full and part-time positions. That's compared to 832 open positions in August of 2019, before the pandemic started. When it comes to registered nurses, Scripps currently has 433 open positions compared to 220 in August of 2019. Van Gorder says they need employees to fill positions across the board.
We're talking about food service workers. We're talking about environmental services, surgical techs.
In an effort to continue providing the best care with short staffing, Van Gorder says Scripps has made the decision to delay some non-urgent procedures for patients. He says this will not look like it did last year when all elective procedures had to be canceled.
If it's not an emergency case, maybe a case can be delayed a few days or a week or even a couple of weeks. And it could be everything from, a heart case that is an emergency that could be delayed a little bit, all the way to other surgical cases or other kinds of procedures.
And Van Gorder tells me doctors will decide which cases can be delayed and for how long, and then notify their patients. We're live in Hillcrest. Mimi Alcala, ABC 10 News.
Mimi, thank you. And with children heading back to school, COVID is already beginning to spread across some campuses. So that has led to a big push to get students vaccinated. Today, a nonprofit hosted a pop-up vaccination clinic at Chula Vista's Learning Community Charter High School. The county says that 64% of children between the ages of 12 and 17 have received at least 1 dose of the COVID vaccine. Those who missed today's pop-up clinic will have another chance tomorrow afternoon in National City, outside the Seafood City on Plaza Boulevard.
When we get vaccinated, we are protecting our community and healing our community, and as a result, we are stronger together.
And those who get shots get free food, courtesy of a local Filipino community group. San Diego's Old Globe Theater is the latest business to require proof of vaccine or a negative COVID test. The theater says the new policy takes effect on Tuesday. After that, anyone with a ticket to a performance will need to show their vaccination proof or a negative test at the door. The theater added that masks are optional at its outdoor theater in Balboa Park, but they will be required for everyone once the indoor performance resumes next month. And turning to our local cases, there were nearly 1,500 new infections reported today. Tragically, the number of deaths is again on the rise. 7 more San Diegans have died from this virus.
President Biden has pledged to bring home any American in Afghanistan who wants to come home. He delivered that promise today while giving an update on evacuation efforts in Kabul. The Taliban has controlled the Afghani capital for nearly a week after overrunning the government last weekend. President Biden added he's committed to helping Afghans who assisted the U.S. during the war.
There's no one more important than bringing American citizens out. I acknowledge that. But they're equally important almost is all those SIVs we call them, who in fact helped us. They were translators. They went into battle with us. They were part of the operation.
The president originally said the U.S. will be out of Afghanistan by August 31st. Today, he suggested the withdrawal deadline could be adjusted. Meantime, a former Afghan interpreter now living in San Diego says Taliban soldiers have begun to move against the family members of translators. ABC 10 News reporter Michael Chen reveals why his loved ones could already be targeted.
Raim worked as an interpreter for U.S. troops for 4 years before emigrating to the U.S. under a special immigrant visa in 2016.
I'm not in a good emotional situation now.
Since the Taliban takeover, he's been constantly on the phone and online with advocates and scared loved ones.
All terrified.
Raim's parents and 9 siblings live in Kabul. While some have worked with the Afghan government and military, none qualify for the special immigrant visa. But Raim says their lives are at risk because they're related to him.
I feel guilty. If God forbid anything happens, I would be the responsible. They're paying for the consequences of my action.
Despite the Taliban's vow not to harass people, Raim says his family has told him the Taliban has begun targeting relatives of Afghan interpreters.
Taliban started the night operation, going house by house, checking for people.
Raim says his neighbors are being recruited to be informants near the home of one of his relatives.
2-3 blocks down from our house, they took in people from their homes.
Raim tells us several family members have sought help at the French and other embassies to no avail. Some have tried to get to the airport but didn't get far amid the crowds and Taliban checkpoints.
Gunfires, their tear gas is going out there to control the situation, and then it's really hard to take your family.
Raim says he's hoping the U.S. will do more to stabilize the area outside the airport to allow for safe passage. Meanwhile, Raim can only wait.
You feel helpless
and worry.
I fear that they will come after my family, and that could happen at any moment.
Michael Chen, ABC 10 News.
Raim says some family members are trying to apply for an emergency visa from India. Anything to get out of Afghanistan.
Vice President and former California Senator Kamala Harris will be in the state next week campaigning in support of Governor Gavin Newsom. The Vice President and Newsom will be together at an event in the Bay Area next Friday. Newsom, of course, is facing a recall election on September the 14th with nearly 50 candidates running to replace him if voters do choose to remove him from office. President Biden has also voiced his support for Governor Newsom, but it's unclear if he will also make the trip to California. In the meantime, one of the Republicans running to replace Governor Newsom is calling on another to drop out of the race. In a statement today, former San Diego Mayor Kevin Faulconer said that radio host Larry Elder has backward positions and is unfit to serve as governor. Elder's ex-fiancée recently accused him of verbal and emotional abuse, as well as showing a gun he owned while they had an argument. Elder has denied those accusations and has not yet responded to Faulconer's statement.
Neighbors in Vista are pushing for a small change that they say will have a huge impact on road safety. They petitioned the city to turn the intersection at Foothill and Beverly Drive into a 4-way stop. Those neighbors told our partners at KPBS the petition started after they grew tired of seeing and even being the victim of accident after accident.
On April 13th, I was hit by a car working in my driveway. There's over 4,000 cars a day that go through that intersection, and as you saw in his presentation, most of those, or the average of those, was 39 miles an hour, and it's a 35-mile-an-hour zone.
The Vista City Council unanimously approved the petition for the new stop sign this month.
A Sacramento man is accused of killing his own brother and then leaving his body in a park in City Heights. San Diego police responded to the Central Avenue mini park more than a week ago, finding a man dead from traumatic injuries. Well, today officers identified that man as 22-year-old Trenton Thomas. Days later, his brother Adam was arrested in Sacramento and charged with his brother's killing. He will be extradited to San Diego to face those charges.
Well, students and faculty are now on campus preparing for the first day of classes at San Diego State next week. The 2021 fall term officially got underway today, and those who are on campus have either submitted their proof of COVID vaccination or they will get tested for the virus every week going forward. It's an added precaution to prevent an outbreak such as the one that happened more than 1,000 students and staff infected at the beginning of last year.
More than a third of California college students face food insecurity, but new pandemic relief laws have made it easier for them to get help. Now, any student on state or federal work study, regardless of hours, and any student with an expected family contribution of $0 can get money from CalFresh. And Cal State San Marcos, that is, it's estimated that half of all students do face food insecurity.
Students are no longer having to make that decision of, am I going to use my money this week for gas or my textbooks or my school supplies, or am I going to use it for dinner?
The university hopes the extra outreach will destigmatize CalFresh on campus, getting more students to sign up. The expanded eligibility is only temporary, but university leaders do say that they hope the federal government makes the new rules permanent.